And one of those men was Mario Patagon, who died back in 2015. He had called police for help after he said he'd swallowed some poison. Police and a DPS trooper had to wrestle with the man on the ground and even tase him to try and get him under control. But unfortunately, the 36-year-old man did not survive that encounter. This is dashcam video from a state trooper heading to the intersection of Leopard and McKenzie during the early morning hours of October 21st, 2015. Police officers are already trying to get 36-year-old Mario Patagon under control. He's called 911 saying he swallowed poison. He ended up being tased twice before officers handcuffed him.
She's still breathing? Hey, partner.
After a short time, the trooper noticed Patagon was not talking or yelling anymore. Fire department personnel on the scene began to immediately start CPR, but the man was declared dead minutes later at the hospital.
The solution is get them down, get them handcuffed as quickly as possible, and get them up into positions where you're not going to have a problem with asphyxiation.
Local defense attorney Chris Gale was responding to our questions about the Associated Press investigation into in-custody deaths over the past decade from all across the country. More than 1,000 people died after being handcuffed, and the AP says half of those cases were due to how police handled the suspect.
The majority of the cases that I've seen where it's really been a concern is either one, the officers are not geared toward rule one, which is get them handcuffed, and they're just concerned with keeping them on the ground until they completely are docile. And so if you're not trying to get them handcuffed, then there's a problem with that.
All right, who are my officers?
Veteran CCPD officer Sam Mitchell is the defensive tactics coordinator and is working with these cadets on how to properly handcuff someone when they're not having to battle with a combative suspect. Mitchell says he teaches officers to try and get suspects up off the ground as quickly as possible.
Our officers are trained to make sure we're listening, we're hurrying up, getting in the recovery position. We don't want them on their face for a long period. It's just a moment in time. That's all that is. And our officers are always trained to always watch, observe, listen.
We're here in front of the Clayburgh County Sheriff's Department in Kingsville as these two deputies and dispatcher gave us a demonstration of how to properly arrest somebody who's on the ground face down. Corporal Jacob Mendiola uses jiu-jitsu techniques to get dispatcher Hector De Leon under control without having to kneel on his neck or back.
So once we're cuffed here, at this point my job is not done, okay? I know that I have him secured, but from here now we need to make sure that we can open up the breathing in the airway, right? Because if I'm on my chest right here, now we're starting to compress the chest a little bit, all right? So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and turn him over his side.
And once Corporal Mendiola has De Leon on his side, he then works to get him to his feet. De Leon says training is the key to stopping many of those in-custody deaths.
So we're going to bring him up.
The AP also discovered that officers involved in fatalities had testified in court that they were told that letting a cuffed person lie face down on the ground was not life-threatening. Other officers were actually trained to roll someone on their side, but simply failed to do that. We will see if this investigation leads to any kind of changes in arrest training or if departments decide to start spending more time and money making sure their officers not only know the right procedures, but know to follow through with them every single time.